Welcome to Lesson 4.3, Add and Subtract Like Fractions. The essential question is what happens when you add or subtract a fraction. Please make sure you have these notes in front of you. Fractions that have the same denominator are known as like fractions. Remember, the denominator is a number at the bottom of a fraction. To add like fractions, add the numerator and write the result over the denominator. So as you can see in our example, we have 5 over 10 plus 2 over 10. We first check the denominator to make sure that they're same, that they're like terms. And we see that they're both 10. So once we see that they're both 10, we can just take the top numbers, or the numerator, add them up. 5 plus 2 equals 7, and then I put it over 10, which is the denominator. Add. Write in simplest form. First, I check that the denominator is the same. They're both 9, so I can go ahead and add the numerators. 5 plus 2 equals to 7, and then I put it over 9, which is the denominator. The denominator does not change. It's not 9 plus 9. Then I check to see if I can reduce it. I can't. 7 and 9, there's nothing that goes into it besides 1 in itself. Number 2. First, I check the denominator. They're both 5, so I can go ahead and add the top numbers. Negative 3 plus negative 1 is negative 4. The denominator stays the same. It does not change. It cannot be reduced, so that is my answer. Turn the page. Make sure you have these notes in front of you. Sophia ate 3/5 of a cheese pizza. Jack ate 1/5 of a cheese pizza and 2/5 of a pepperoni pizza. How much pizza did Sophia and Jack eat altogether? So we know that altogether, that's basically telling us to add these fractions. So I'm going to write out my fractions, 3 over 5 plus 1 over 5 plus 2 over 5. First thing I check to see if the denominator is the same. They're all 5s, so I can go ahead and add the top numbers. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. Now the question says how much pizza. Usually people don't say 6/5 of a pizza, so I'm going to go ahead and convert it into a mixed number. I'm going to take the top number, put it inside the box, and the 5's on the outside. 5 goes into 6 one time. I subtract that. So my whole number is 1. They have one whole pizza and 1/5. That's my answer. Go ahead and do the got it problems from letter A through D. We'll go over these ones in class tomorrow. Subtracting like fractions. To subtract like fractions, subtract the numerator and write the result over the denominator. So it works the same way, except this time we're subtracting, making sure that our denominator is the same or that they're like. Example 4. Find negative 5 over 8 minus 3 over 8. First we check that the denominator is the same, which is 8. So if they are, I'm going to go ahead and just subtract the numerators. Negative 5 minus 3 will give me negative 8 over 8. Now we're going to go ahead and reduce this, and that's going to be negative 1 as my answer. Number 5, we have the denominators both being 8, so I can go ahead and subtract the top numbers. 5 minus 7 equals to negative 2, and it's over 8. I can reduce this by dividing 2 on both top and bottom, so I get negative 1 over 4, and that's my final answer. About 6 out of 100 of the population of the United States lives in Florida. Another 4 over 100 lives in Ohio. About what fraction more of the U.S. population live in Florida than in Ohio? Okay, so right over here it says about what fraction more lives in Florida than in Ohio. That means we're trying to compare these two. What's the difference between them? So I'm going to write down 6 over 100. That's Florida compared to Ohio. So first I check that the denominator is the same. They're both 100, so the denominator stays as 100. 6 minus 4 will give me 2. I can reduce this by 2, and I'll get 1 over 50. So I can say 1 over 50 of the population. Go ahead and do the got it problems below this problem. We'll go over the answers tomorrow during class.